What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to NEO Survival. I'm your host, the Birdman known as Falcon. Today's going to be a very busy episode. I got a lot of things to talk about and a lot of new things to show off here. First and foremost, you're probably wondering, Falcon, where are you? Well, let me slowly build up to this. As you can see, I'm in a fairly large city, one would say. Fairly big. What happens if we keep moving? Oh! What is that? The Beehive Center. Where are you, Falcon? That's a very good question. Let's zoom on out of here. I am in the dead center of Ufa. Now, you're probably thinking, what are you doing here? A couple of you guys mentioned, Falcon, if you go off to Ufa, you'll find some good things. I think you guys, some people were probably giving me some good advice, some people were trying to troll me, probably. I came down here and I ran into what apparently is a really highly rated area to begin with. But I was able to find... Well, not that one. I haven't. Queen's Guard? No, I'm not going to hunt you. But I was told that if I get this thing called chitin... Google, don't unadvertise the video. It's fine. It's not what you think I said. It's literally this. But I need to get 50 of these, you guys told me, in order to make a really good armor set. One is going to help us out going forward because, you know, we've seen some of the new bandit bases. This right here no longer cuts the mustard for us. However, I'm a ding-dong and I did not read how many I needed. I thought it was 100. I literally sat around here killing bees for a very long time, and these guys are not really too simple fights. These are actually really difficult, especially when you get two of the melee ones. The range ones are kind of easier, but the melee ones are really a bit more difficult. I have a carcass over here, which I wanted to show off. But I have over 100 now, so I have enough to make some, and I think I could also use the extra ones to fix it when it's broken, so it's still fine. I mean, I'm going to use it anyway. So I got that, and I also got... Wait, where is he? Hey, where is he? Don't you dare keep him away from me. We got ourselves a wolf cub. Now, unfortunately, I've heard that in the current battle update that we're playing, ever since they added the new fighting system, the wolf cub does not do anything even if you level him up. It hasn't been re-implemented, I think is what I've heard. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I heard, at least thus far reading the forums and stuff like that. I got him off of a quest that I'm going to jump into now, pre-recorded footage for, just to show you guys where I got this. So right now we're live. Let me jump over to footage that I recorded last night, and I'll give you a little bit of commentary over that. Alright, as I've mentioned, we're kind of all over the place here today, but don't worry, we'll soon get into like live gameplay. I just wanted to show this off really quickly, because I wasn't doing, this was like during my grinding time that I did this, so I wasn't obviously recording audio, I was just playing the game, but I saw this and I was like, oh, I might as well record it. So this is the quest here, wolf cubs. I had to essentially kill a regular wolf. I got 4 cubs, I brought them back to this dude named Igor, and he gave me 1. And he gave me a second quest, which was kittens. Because apparently they had like mice in their storehouse, and they were like, if you bring me kittens, you know, it'll help us out. And that right there, usually when you get that quest, which is right there, thankfully I zoomed out. Dude, I did a pretty good job recording footage for you guys. Arzamas, that's where you get, actually, no, next to, yeah, that, with the icon saved down there, that is where the survivor base is at. So it's right next to Arzamas, in case you're wondering. You go there, and you pick up the quest for the wolf cub first. And after you do that, you get the kitten one, which is this one. And for this one, you're literally supposed to go out and kill a lynx. I tried waiting for the lynx to leave and steal the kids, but it failed. Do it, Falcon? Yeah, so past Falcon's doing a good job. We failed, and I was like, oh, alright. So I had to fight the lynx, I killed the lynx. It was a really simple lynx fight. I got kittens, I brought them back, and I was hoping I could keep a kitten too, but no. Unfortunately, you, only keep the wolf, which doesn't do anything right now, and the other thing is the kitten, you don't get to keep it, but there it is. Alright, so now back to live gameplay. Obviously, we should not be fine as Queen's Guard, because as I mentioned, the bees with the melee ones were difficult enough. But hey, we gotta test it out at the very least, right? So, let me come on over here and get wrecked. I just want to see how it works out. Oh yeah, and you might have noticed I also made the gas finally. Remember how, with the battle update, they changed where the generator and the welder are? Like, before, I believed these were further down, and then after the update, they moved them up. So people were like, Falcon, how do you have that? Did you buy it? And I was like, nah, these were further down below, so I made these, or at least I made this, before they moved them down the building list, right? So I went back all the way to Moscow to pick it up, because I know I had one to make myself the gas, and we could carry more stuff now, so everything is great. So these right here are the melee ones. If you get 2 of these at the same time, it's really hard to win because they travel really fast and they hit pretty hard. This I've never seen before, so I guess that's probably the Queen's Guard. And maybe if you beat the Hive Guardians, do you fight the Queen? Is there a Queen? There's gotta be a Queen, right? Well, either way, let's attack here just because I'm curious of what they look like. I mean, I'm gonna get rocked here, but still. Especially these 2 dudes just really, really hurt. I guess technically speaking, can't do much of anything. I'd have to move over here to try to get a shot off. So the Queen's Guard is number 1 over here. I was hoping I could get a shot on you. But, I mean, this is not something we're going to win, obviously. I just wanted to test it out for the hell of it. Get a shot off over there. And then, let's see, let me hit you. Yeah, as you can see, like, if they could overswarm you very easily. We have to go to this base in Magni. So we're going to be going southeast for the most part, from where we're at. So we want to get out of here because this radiation area is just redundant. See that X? That's probably how the Beehive mutant thing happened with all this hardcore radiation. I'm not sure what happened in this town. I would like to know the story behind this. I hope there's a quest involved here eventually because the story here has to be pretty good for it to be level 10. So for now, let's just get out of here. And I do have an extra body of a bee on me. And the rest of my carapaces are right here. So you see that 83? Yeah, I had a lot of them. Cement, people have been telling me to start collecting cement because I'm gonna need them to make some base or whatever, so... unfortunately, it's really overloading me at the moment. Let's come over and do weight. You must be butchered. As you can see, we have 101, so I just needed 50 to make the armor. I thought it was 100, so... Oops. Okay, and it must have given me meat, which I need to drop. Get out of here. 90, that's a lot, but that's because we're carrying a bunch of extra things. What I want to do is... start going down here where we're going, right, roughly, and leave the things to begin with somewhere, and also, like, start thinking about building my own base. People told me somewhere down here is fairly decent for a base eventually, so we could go all the way around and probably hit those areas up for gas. I guess that would be a very good idea, too, but still. Is this just considered wasteland? Oh, mountains. Oh, see? That's probably gonna go take up a lot more gasoline. I should have taken the road. Should have taken the road, but no, I got lazy. What's an Inzer? Inzer. Okay. I do want to get that fuel. One of the things I've been noticing right now is that they're giving me a bunch of vehicles now with diesel as opposed to regular gasoline. So I imagine it's kind of getting me ready to think about, you know, going up to the next level and making vehicles that require diesel. Because I'm seeing a lot more diesel now very often. You would probably require diesel is what I imagine. So level 9. That would be the first thing we can do. Alright. And over here. How far do we go? 13. I have that helicopter, assuming I ever get to the point I make a helicopter. I did find a helicopter really early in the game. I marked it. But, chances are we'll probably find another one somewhere along the way, right? I've heard there's like a fight in this game where you fight like a giant helicopter too, so it reminds me of like Metal Gear Solid or something. It's kind of like, what are you doing? You're fighting a helicopter? Alright. Seems fairly insane if you ask me, but I guess you need like rocket launchers for that too. Oh, and you guys probably noticed too, I've switched over to this. Now the only problem with doing this is that I gotta remember that by the time I need to look into my inventory and replenish it with a gas filter. And I'm really terrible at that, so I normally forget and then I'll go through them. I do have 11 of them, though I dropped the old ones. And I think I have now moved over completely to wine. Yeah. I'm making a ton of wine now, so I got rid of all the vodka. And what's cool about wine, it doesn't drop my HP. So it drops my radiation, and it restores water, but it never drops my HP, so I have 20 bottles, might as well just rock that. And as you can see now, because we're rocking the suit and also a good gas mask, the radiation goes up so slowly. So yeah, I should have probably made this change a long time ago, but I did not. Yes, I see the ad. I will probably check it out, probably not. And, I mean, if you don't check it out now, I do notice that they tend to show up later. Like, you'll be going through another area and be like, oh, it's another ad again. Are you sure you don't want to watch it? Watch the freaking ad. Give us money. It's like, yeah, I understand, game. You do kind of make money through people buying stuff and watching your ads. I feel that. I'm in a similar situation that you are. So people are always like, why don't you try Patreon? But, like, the thing with me is, like, it feels very, like... I know it's very, like, voluntary, right? If people want to do Patreon. Like, you know, only because you get Patreon doesn't mean, like, you're forcing it on people. But just the idea that it's there, I've always felt like it gives people the impression, like, oh... this guy's got a Patreon, I have to pledge to his channel, right? So I don't know, that's the reason why I've always been very, like, iffy about it. And this is like, you know, I've been getting suggestions for this for, like, you know, a good 3 years now. I think I just recently realized I've been rocking this channel for 5 years. Or 5 or 6 years. Not sure if it's 5 or 6, one or the other. I just recently did the math, I forgot because I forget stuff very easily. But I was like, wow, really, it's been that long? It doesn't even feel that long, but it has. Assuming if you've been following the channel for a very long time now. I used to just cover like RimWorld only and NEO Scavenger. That was like exclusively everything. And eventually, I evolved to just like get involved in everything else. Because, you gotta evolve with YouTube. You can't just do the same thing forever. And also, I was getting burnt out just doing the same things over and over. So, like, my current format now just gives me a chance to just not get burnt out. It lets me just test different things out, see what things you enjoy, what you don't. Not everything I do is like a home run, but at least it keeps me entertained enough. Because, like, even if I check out a video, let's say, right, like a game, and it doesn't do well, at the very least, I know I'll have fun playing the game for myself and recording it for you. It's kind of like my thing. If I feel like if it's a game that... There's certain games I can play, I guess, that I know would do well. Last Day on Nerd Falcon, yes, that's probably one of them right there. But if I don't enjoy them, it's like I just don't want to record something or play something that I wouldn't enjoy. And the only reason I'm doing it is because, like, compensation, like the views, the money and stuff behind it, right? That's the reason why you don't see me playing, like, BR games. And by BR, I don't mean Brazil games. I mean, any Brazil bros watching, by the way? But I mean, like, Battle Royale games. It's like they're like the big buzz now. And I know that if I did Battle Royale games, like, there's no guarantee that it would bring in the views, but there's certain things you can do as a YouTuber to kind of incite people to kind of watch those videos. Like, I could put, like, a very clickbaity title. I could go out of my way and, like, make a very, like, wacky, haha thumbnail to go along with the very clickbaity title and a Battle Royale game, and then people could be like, oh, like, I want to watch this because that's what's really, really big now in the gaming industry. But I really just don't see, like, I will admit I haven't played them. I have not played BR games. Like, I haven't played PlayerUnknown, Fortnite, what do we have now, Apex Legends, I believe. I haven't played them, but it's mainly because I just haven't really felt the need to. Like, I see them and I'm like, maybe it probably would be funner to play it, I guess. That's always a possibility. But, like, I'm just not intrigued by it. There's certain things you could tell you're not going to like, and you don't have to necessarily try it to know you're not going to like it. Like, I see the format of the game, I see what it's about, and it just doesn't really draw me in. Like, I get it, you go into a area, you fight with other people, you run around, you get yourself equipped. I love the premise of Battle Royales, like in movies and media, books about them, Battle Royale, the movies, etc., Hunger Games, whatever. I love the premise behind that, but I like to see it more of a format where there's like a story behind it. I guess I just need a story. And it kind of really sucks too when you think about it, because like, it feels like Battle Royale is blowing up so much that a lot of studios now are mainly focusing on that. Like, the focus now is Battle Royale. Like, if you're gonna make a game, you gotta make sure that you have a multiplayer function to it. And some of those multiplayer functions are very close to a Battle Royale because that's what's kind of like trending right now, right? So if you want your game to make money, you gotta have that feature on the side. And unfortunately, that's kind of like making big publishing studios just kind of focus on that alone. And then the single player aspect and like story and creative games kind of really starts hurting in the long run, because the main focus now to make money is Battle Royale. You gotta have your multiplayer game, you gotta have a lot of people playing your game at all times of the hours. And so it kind of, I think, hinders like the creative process of like development teams, where it's kind of like, well, I want to make this game, but we can't really find the funding from a big publisher because they're focusing on making a lot of money. And the way you make money is through Battle Royale. So it's kind of like a really big like cycle of things where, yeah, it's like if you're making a Battle Royale game, assuming it doesn't flop completely, you probably break even, if not do really, really good for yourself. Of course, even if you make a Battle Royale game, doesn't mean you're gonna necessarily succeed. Some of them have failed, I believe. What failed? Lawbreakers? I think Lawbreakers failed. There's a couple of other more. Like, I don't play them, but I kind of keep up with the news. That's kind of part of what I do on YouTube. Like, not only researching upcoming games, I always still try to keep up with the news to some degree. Even though I'm not a news channel, I'm not really big on doing that. Reviews and stuff, like, it's like, I've never seen the point of reviews just because, like, you know, everybody's got their own taste in things, right? Just because I like something a lot doesn't mean you should. And just because you like something a lot doesn't mean that I will, right? So I've never really been a big follower of reviews. So like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, if I see something that's intriguing enough, I'll check it out myself. And it's kind of like the reason why, like, even though people will tell me, yeah, play BR games, they're really fun. It's kind of like, unless I check it out for myself or want to, I really won't have an opinion on it. Alright, so this right here should be... I don't even... What have I been talking about the entire time? I've been blabbering about it, I already forgot. Well, we've been talking about BR and all sorts of things, right? This is what happens when, essentially I don't have a goal in mind. We'll just farm for items and I'll just go ahead and talk for a long time, so hopefully it hasn't been too boring for you guys listening. I normally make sure it's not, though, you know? Try to talk about something slightly interesting at the very least here. So this is where we should be able to pick up this quest. How are we looking over here? My god. I feel like I haven't really taken care too much about my feeding and water and radiation, but because of my suits and all the gear we're wearing, like, that's actually really good, all things considering. Let's make something here really quickly. 26 days. I guess we'll probably start eating some of this here. Oh yeah, here's a question for you guys that I need help. I'll cover it pretty soon. Well, actually, I might not need help with it anymore, but I'll cover it soon. All right, let's, water, that's good. And I'm gonna give my dude lung cancer by the amount of, like, cigarettes I'm always constantly smoking to get that, energy back up. And let's go. That and, like, you know, destroy his liver by now with all the freaking alcohol he's always drinking. Is that good enough? That's fine. Alright, obviously I'm gonna make the chitin armor, which you guys told me is better. But this. I got blacksmithing up to level 4 off cam. Took a while. I had to go back to like one of those bandit bases that we covered. And they had the furnace, so I started making things for a while. Farming for scrap, making stuff over and over and over. It took a long time. I wanted to make the iron armor. And I had everything for the iron armor at the time. And I was at a bandit base, and they had the furnace, I had the bellows. I had everything in that location in the army except the workbench. So, I went and I got the things required to make a workbench. I tried making the workbench, and it said, you cannot build here. And I thought, well, maybe it's because it's run by bandits, so I cleared out the entire base, destroyed the bandits for good. They disappeared. I still couldn't build it. I went back to Moscow to pick up that welder or generator for the gas. Remember that by Moscow they give you a free old house that you could kind of fix up? I decided to fix it up. I went in there, I tried making the workbench. It would not let me build her. So my question is, if I want to make this freaking iron armor, where do you make it? Because you need the forge, the bellows, and the workbench in one single area. Where do you do it? Apparently I can't do it in something that's my quote-unquote house. I can't do it in a place that already has a furnace. I went even all the way back to the first place that we made the furnace that unlocked it to begin with. Like all the way in Tula or whatever. The blacksmith quest. I went there, I tried making the workbench there, and I said you can't build here. So my question to you guys, I can't seem to find the answer online too, I've looked. How the hell do I make the iron armor? Where do I have to be to make furnace, workbench in one location? Because it doesn't let me do it otherwise. I'm so confused by it. I've looked. I normally look for information before I ask. I'm tapped out. I'm like, I don't understand. I mean, I'm going to probably get the chitin armor, which is even stronger is what I've heard, but it's just boggling my mind, like, why can I do this? Anyway, at first the refugees from Magnitorox made do with the grain stored in the warehouses of the local grain elevator. Now whole fields of crops have been tilled around the settlement, wheat, barley, buckwheat, peas, corn, but they don't have any harvesting equipment, so the whole town harvests the crops by hand. So, let's look around and talk to the locals. The locals were surprisingly chatty. Within 15 minutes, I knew all about the base leader, Prokhor Karlovic, and his bureaucratic tendencies, about the incredibly talented fitter Sanya, and even about the number of times the people have tried to stage an intervention for Fedya, the town drunk. So maybe the fitter's probably the armor, right? Hi, do you want to be my assistant? I can't make a hole in this chitin. Damn it, it's so strong. Can you bring me a dozen Pobedit drill bits and a dozen diamond files? With these tools, I could make chitin armor. I can make it for you too. Oh, so there's a quest before you actually need the pieces for the armor. Okay. Okay, I'll try to find those things. Thank you, man. Don't be long. I don't know what those are, nor where do I find them, so I'll have to look here pretty soon. So, okay, we talked to the fitter. It's also fed you. You look very similar to Sonya. I gotta be honest with you, I feel like you guys are trying to hoodwink me here. You're the same person. Hey man, need your help. I want to celebrate my birthday with my friends, but the boss doesn't want to give me vodka. He won't give it to anybody. He says vodka is evil. Idiot. What's life without vodka, right? Well, actually, I kind of got rid of all my vodka too. I'm on the wine system now. Listen man, they trust you. Tell them you need vodka for something. I don't know, make something up. Take a couple of bottles. I'll try to do something. Hey, you're a stand-up guy, thank you. Just cook up a good excuse for them. Okay, hold on. So, quest. You just need 2 vodka bottles? I guess that shouldn't be too hard to find. I can't believe it. Now that I got rid of vodka, I need vodka. It always happens in this game, doesn't it? Chitin. Potobit drills and diamond file. Okay, so I looked it up. Apparently we could find those stuff or the drills and whatever, the files, in department stores and construction sites. So it'll be like something that I guess starts spawning now that I needed for a quest. So we gotta go around and look for construction or department stores. So I think we should probably go through here. And that'll be our best shot to find most of the things, is what I'm thinking. And we got a small little town over here as well. Alright, let's do our traveling. Come back. Let's also drop a save. I'm not sure when the last time I saved, but in case something happens, we don't have to travel too far back. We have a town with no name. Gas station's always good. Let me get that extra fuel, because I've been burning fuel like crazy. Like, basically going off camera, going all the way back to Moscow, cost me like about 170 fuel. And I was picking fuel up along the way too, like stuff that I skipped out on, which I'm glad I left a bunch of like fuel. Because, man, going all the way back to Moscow and then back here, oof, burned through a ton of fuel. This town is terrible. And I need to find the freaking road. Oh, this road right here. Hold on. Let's get off of the wasteland. So we travel a bit faster, burn a little bit less fuel. Let's get back into civilization. This mountainous area, not really too great for department stores, apparently. People don't shop here in these mountain areas. They make everything themselves with their bare hands. Here we go. We're in Plast. You got a garage? Warehouse. Garage. Whatever. Close enough. I could probably go through that building to see if I could find something in that box, but I ain't too worried about that. We have a bandit base, we're going to a military camp, so that right there should also be another furnace if I wanted to. So yeah, that's a good example right here. One of these bases, I cleared everything. Like, it went gray because I killed every single bandit. It took a while, mind you. And then the furnace was here. It was lit up. I had the bellows. I tried to make the workbench here. Wouldn't let me. The weird thing about it is that there's a workbench here. So there's a workbench here, the bellows here. I couldn't make the chitin armor, or not the chitin armor, but the iron armor. I tried making the workbench here, it wouldn't let me, so I'm confused about the iron armor. This is going to be an electronics store. Not exactly what we're looking for. Is this game going to start keeping like department stores away from me now that I need them? Oh, vodka, sweet. Alright. Really? Only 1 bottle of vodka? Since when? Since when? All the time before I'd have like 1 million bottles of vodka on me. Now not. Now it's no longer a thing. I find that hard to believe. You guys have wine. I mean, I guess I could kill like a bandit. I could get some vodka from here. Or from there. Kill a couple of bandits for vodka? Sure, we could do that. Or we could just go to that town and hopefully find something there. You know what, let's rock a couple of bandits, why not? 3 boys, can we auto battle? No, they're too quote-unquote strong for me. He's not wrong. They have the Mocene is a fairly annoying weapon to deal with, especially that I like purchased from really far away. So we'll try this here. More than likely I have a perch somewhere. Could get into that tree, but whatever. We'll move from here for now, end turn. Do you guys have a perch somewhere? Number 2 is the guy I have to worry about. Number 1 and 3 is not really a big deal. Number 2, and there's a perch up there. He probably would have hit me by now, so I think we should be fine. I'm gonna let you come towards me, dog. Let me jump into these sandbags. Nice shot, you ding-dong. Oh, however, he's in a spot where I know I'm gonna miss. I always miss when they're between these little freaking walls. Always. But the grenades don't miss. Oh, we're down to 17. Yeah, you could tell I've been farming those bees for a while because I'm down to 17 now, and I normally have like 30-something plus. We did that. That's cool. Let's see about conserving some of those now. Good shot. Hey, good job. You actually hit all of them this time. I'm really surprised. You guys gonna move, huh? Alright, I'll come to you. Not moving still. What's your game, boys? Gonna toss a grenade over there? I kind of want to toss this one over here to kind of open this dude up. They're not gonna move. They want me to come at them. Smart. It's actually a fairly smart play. I can't hit that boy and that one. Number 2's the guy who worries me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and reveal myself to them. So we could do that, and maybe... Can't toss a grenade over there. Oh, that'll hurt him a little bit though. And it gets all the cover out of the way. Perfect. And with any luck, I doubt it's gonna work, but... I need to get you out of the way. Yeah, you'll survive. Oh no, we got him! Perfect. This guy alone is no problem. Now, please don't suddenly hurt me and give me a freaking effect that interests me for a couple of days. That would be very annoying. Let me just snipe this boy. Don't want to risk an injury. And that should be it. Alright. Fairly easy fight. Goes up. And this will get us the vodka that we do need. I guess we could return now and deliver it if we want to. I mean, I guess it's not a bad idea because I'm out of time with this video, so... I did an enormous amount of traveling and talking a lot to you guys along the way, so... That's where the majority of the video went. Disassemble that. Sure. And that. I have, like... I know I don't need them, but I have, like, a ton of different weapons now. Some of them are, like, I never use, but... Like, if I come over here, go to equipment, I got, like, the SVD, we got that from a box. I've had a couple of assault rifles now. I got this over here from a fight. Got that from a fight. We eventually made that. But I have a bunch of different weapons here I don't ever expect to use, but I just have them there. I know they're just taking up spot in, like, extra load inventory, but... I guess for, like, you know, maybe easier fights, they might be useful to conserve some of the more expensive bullets here. Alright, so Survivor's Base. Let's give this boy the vodka that he so desperately needed. Go to Fedja. Did you get it? There you go. Got 100 caps for 2 bottles of vodka. That's a fairly good trade-off, I would say. Will you join us? Somebody else? No, join them. It's fine. We had a very long travel over here. You killed a ton of bees. I think it's time for you to have a good time and have some vodka. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you could answer that question about the iron armor, that'd be great. I'm gonna focus on the chitin anyway, but I'm still curious as to why I can't seem to build furnace and workbench in the same area. And if you can't, then why does this thing say you need a freaking furnace and a workbench in the same place? Or a forge mini furnace, whatever. You know what I meant, right? So if you guys know about that, that'd be great. Otherwise, I will try to find those items off camera. Next episode, we could probably get the chitin armor. And then, I guess, start traveling towards home. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you next time.